Okay, sup you chuckle folks, it's Dark Raku. Bleh, sorry. It's been a while. Yes, it's really been a while. So I haven't actually been recording with what to call Dante or even fucking Issei, or not Issei, Isaac, is because I'm not gonna lie, Isaac gives me a fucking headache half the time. And Dante just thought it'd be a great idea to bring him back, and yeah. Not gonna lie, nope, I'm not recording. Hell no, I don't care how many. Yeah, I don't give a damn. Also, I haven't actually been having any best luck to actually getting a job. So with that happening in mind, it's probably gonna take me a while to get a job. I'm probably gonna have to work as a Home Depot worker or whatever, but not the point. So yeah. So of course with that happening, I'm just going to start recording a lot, and I mean a lot of videos. I'm gonna try to get all the videos that I've been mostly recording on this channel, mostly on the second channel, so Dark Raku. On the first channel, Lord Potato, I would try to get down what ifs, but I'm probably not gonna do Naruto what ifs until another couple of months. I just don't feel like doing Naruto what ifs. Okay, I've been doing them for like almost 2 years, so I am just kind of almost burned the fuck out with them. And every time I just like see a Naruto what if, I just get a flashback of me doing these shit. They're like, oh my god, I fucking did so many of them. Yeah, I just don't feel like it, okay? And I don't feel like going down with the same storyline. I might just change the fuck out of it, but yeah. But not the point. Sorry for rambling on. But yeah. But of course, let me just begin this what if. Let me shut the fuck up. And let me turn on my heater because it's kind of fucking cold in my room. But not the fucking point. Let me begin. Let me shut the fuck up. And let me begin. But if, before I begin, if you do not know who Buddha is, Buddha, or Teju, whatever, or the Enlightenment one is pretty much Buddha. Well, this Buddha is mostly from Rekka Ragnarok, and I only read the manga. Yes, I only read the manga. Like I read all of the manga, and I'm still waiting for the new chapters to come out, which they're gonna come out in a couple of days, probably on the 28th. But that is not the point here or there. What's it called? But yeah. I'm just waiting for the new chapters because I am really excited. But that's not the point. I haven't even watched the anime. The anime that I'm still on and trying to watch is Bleach, and I haven't even watched it this whole week. Yeah. Go figure, I'm kind of lazy right now. But that's not the point. But yeah. So Buddha in the story in the Ragnarok is basically, it just talks about him like not giving a shit. He's literally, I love Buddha so much in the Ragnarok because he literally does not give a shit about anything. He literally tells people to shut up or fuck off or whatever. He does what he wants to. He doesn't follow a certain path, certain rules or whatever. He just tells people to fuck off. He follows his own path. He follows his own ideals. He follows anything because that is his way of enlightenment. And that is the way that he reached the point of enlightenment. But yeah, of course he understands enlightenment after his brother's death, and yeah, you get the point. But yeah, also Issei in this one, yes, since Issei is going to be mostly this what if is called what if Issei reach enlightenment. But yeah, but that's not the point. He is going to have the 6th realm staff. Yes, that's going to be a thing. I know if you people probably hate it. Probably the fact that makes him a little overpowered. But that is not the point here or there. I don't care. Fuck off, and yeah. But let me just begin to what if. Let me shut the fuck up and let me begin. So I'm gonna try to get into the swing of these what ifs back again, because it's been like 2 weeks since I actually uploaded a normal video that isn't a collab video with Dante or Isaac. But yeah, and I am not doing a fucking collab what if Isaac or fucking Dante. Nope, nah, fuck that shit. I'd rather just make a bunch of fucking videos at this point. Yeah, no, Yeah, that's not happening ever again. Sorry for rambling on. It's been like 5 minutes, but yeah, I'm never gonna do that much collab whatevs with them. If they ask, I'm just gonna say that I'd rather do it with Dante, or mostly just do a what if with Dante and done, because entirely, yeah, I'm not bringing Issei or Isaac or whatever. Yeah, no, he basically throws the story into jeopardy half the damn time. I'm just going to finish half the what ifs with Dante, mostly like Seven Deadly Sins or whatever bullshit that we're doing right now, and I'll be done with that. And other than that, I'll just go on with life, and yeah, you get the point. I just know. I'm not. Fuck that shit. I went on a call with them once, and I literally just fucking left it. No, nah, I wasn't even feeling like dealing with anyone's bullshit that day. But that's not the point. Let me begin this what if. Let me shut the fuck up. And yeah. So we begin into mostly, well, Issei Hiro. Issei Hiro is a boy with kind of brownish hair and of course brownish eyes. Well, yeah, kind of like honey brown eyes. This is where, well, we begin into the story after the battle with Triseka. Now, of course, Issei managed to defeat Triseka, and of course, everyone was kind of happy. Issei was also at, well, mostly a hospital seeing his older brother, seeing if he's okay. Now, Issei has an older brother named Azana, okay? Now, Azana is actually his, like, half older brother. They're not entirely fully blood related, but yeah, he's his half older brother because so entirely his father kind of had a child with another woman, and of course is where, well, he was born first in Issei, but yeah. But of course, so of course, with mostly Issei going to go see his like older brother named Izana. His older brother's name is not Izana Hiro, but, well, I mean, technically it is, but it's mostly his mother's name, but not the point. His full name is Izana Kuragawa, or not Kuragawa, let me say that again. So yeah, it's Kurakawa, but this is where, well, mostly Issei went to go check on him and actually see and how he's doing. Because Issei always enjoys seeing his older brother, mostly even if they're half, but mostly Issei just really likes seeing his older brother a lot. This is where, well, he becomes really a mostly happy-go-lucky kid most of the time when he's near his older brother. Now, of course, his older brother is actually 2 years older than Issei, being that of 19 years old, while Issei's only 17. But yeah. Now, this is where, well, Issei goes into the hospital to actually see his older brother. This is where, well, he sees his older brother, a man who has kind of like longish white hair, darkish kind of purplish eyes, well, mostly dark amethyst color, and darkish skin. This is where, well, because his older half brother is actually half Japanese and half Filipino. Yeah. Don't worry about that. But this is where, well, mostly Issei goes up to mostly Izana and up to his bed and says, Izana, 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 Izana. This is where, well, Izana kind of looks up and just smiles gently at Issei. This is where Issei's right now kind of looking like a, well, mostly, yeah, just a normal child, instead of the fact that he's actually a hero for the pillar, and other than that, he fought a lot of crazy shit, but not that point. Izana just like looks at him and smiles and says, hey, Issei. This is where Issei says, are you okay? This is where, well, mostly Izana kind of gets up and just smiles and says, of course I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine. Come on, let's just go for a walk for a bit. This is where, well, Issei nodded and of course follows his older brother. Now, Izana's the height of, actually in this one, instead of being kind of short a little bit, he's actually the height of kind of like 6 feet. And Issei's actually the height of like 5'7" still, but not the point. This is where, well, we'll see, they are both walking, and this is where, well, we'll see Issei said, older brother, how should I tell you this? What are you going to do when you feel better? This is where, well, we'll see. Izana looks back at him and smiles and says, well, if I ever did feel better from this sickness. No. I can't lie to you. I'm not gonna survive. I'm gonna die. This is where Issei wanted his eyes and said, no, 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 I have a way for you to survive. No, I'm fine, Issei. I'm grateful for, well, Goro. He says it with a little bit of a bit of anger. He doesn't like Goro too much. Entirely, Goro has not been the best father for Izana, and Izana hates him entirely because, well, mostly Goro wasn't there for when his mother passed away. This is where, well, Izana says, I'm gonna die, Issei. To put it simple, I'm grateful for you being my younger brother, but entirely, the sickness is going to kill me. Is there, but I have a way to... No. Issei, listen to me. I'm happy. I'm grateful that you've been my little brother for a while. Even if I don't like... Do I really have to say him, my dad? Even if I don't like Goro, I cared about you as actually my little brother. This is where Issei kind of looks very sad and he feels like he wants to cry. This is where Izana pats his head and says, don't cry. Aren't you already like a teenager or something? 17 years old you should be. This is where Issei nodded. Then don't cry. You act like a little baby still after, even though you're a teenager. Issei says, but This is where, well, Issei kind of acts a bit cynical because he hates when people kind of bring up his age at the same time as Izana. This is where, well, Izana just chuckles and says, just telling you now. I'm grateful, but at the same time, I'm not grateful for living too much. I wanted my mother to be with me. You see here, Issei. Entirely. This is where, well, Izana kind of just talks about the fact that whose life have I been living for a while? After my mother's death, I felt heartbroken. Of course, I wasn't too heartbroken. You were there to kind of fix it, Issei. But at the same time, I got handed stuff. Entirely, I wanted to work for myself, my own self, not needing to deal with Goro. But of course, he came back into my life after hearing that my mother died. Issei. Entirely. This is where mostly Izana sits on the ledge of a kind of railing because they were like on top of the hospital. This is where, well, mostly Izana says, entirely what I want to do is live my own life, not needing to be supported by Goro, not needing to be supported by this hospital stuff and medical. I want to live for myself. I don't want to be handed stuff, bought stuff, whatever, from Goro or whatever. I don't care about nobility. I don't care about any of that. All I care is living on my own. Being free to do whatever. If I want to go somewhere, I want to do that. If I want to just walk around while people telling me that I can't walk around, I still want to walk around. Because I see freedom as an actual option. I don't see people. I don't want to follow rules. I don't want to do any of that. I want to follow my own freedom. To reach for the stars up in the sky. To not be bothered or even be held down by the laws of whatever. I'm just telling you this now, Issei. All I want now is to be free. To be free like the birds that fly around here. To be able to fly up to the sky and touch it. That's what I want to do. This is where Issei looks at his older brother in shock. This is where Izana notices and says, I'm just kidding. That was so uncool of me to say something like that. I must be so tired that I said something so uncool. Just forget about it, Issei. This is where Issei nodded. This is where, well, Issei, for some reason, those words hit harder than ever. It hit him like a rock. This is where, well, we'll see. It's not necessary. Well, let's go back. This is where some blood actually appears in his mouth. And this is where he just wipes away and says, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll be okay. This is where, well, Issei kind of nodded. This is where Issei just decided to just nod and be okay. He's like, yeah, I hope you get better. This is where Zana just smiles and just pats him in the back and says, don't worry, I will get better. We go into now a time skip. A time skip of a month ago. Issei is, well, he's now depressed. Issei is depressed for two reasons. The girls that he thought that they love him actually cheated on him. So Rias, Akano was iffy, but he couldn't really tell too much. This is where like Zenobia, Irina, Azia, Kaneko, and yeah. Raffle was also iffy, but he couldn't really tell too much. He just thought all of them cheated on him. And this is where, we'll see, he was depressed, very depressed. And the leaders didn't even feel like helping him. So yeah, he was depressed, but he was also completely more depressed when, well, his mother didn't feel like comforting, we'll see, making him feel better, or not even his father. And this is where, well, at the same time, his brother actually died, his older brother, Izana. This is where, well, he was the only one kind of showing up for the funeral because not many other people knew about Izana and other stuff. Goro did show up. He was just there to mourn a bit, but not much care. But this is where, well, we'll see. Issei's just saying all this. Well, he wasn't seeing it. He was kind of outside. This is where, well, there's his two friends just talking to him in kind of near a tree, being, what's it called? Boats. Well, not, what's it called? His two friends. It was mostly like some random people just talking to him. Like some random devils that actually kind of were a fan of the Opie Dragon. But Issei was a bit pale and a bit kind of depressed. This is where, well, Issei was kind of just thinking in his head. Thinking about mostly Zana's words and the fact that he was talking about. This is where, well, mostly someone said in the crowd, like far away, but Issei managed to hear it was double hearing, happy. This is where, well, Issei kind of like thinks about it. I wonder just whose life was I living. Everything I had was handed to me. So pretty much it's just talking about Zana and his kind of problems a bit. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei's eyes widen. This is where, well, this is where Issei now understand the true meaning of life. From, well, the day he was born to the day he grew up, all the way to his old age, to even his death. He learned everything. He awakened. He awakened the Enlightenment. This is where, well, he kind of points up to the sky saying, I got it. This is where, well, he gets up. His, mostly, he was kind of affected with the, what's it called? The, two curses, well, not two curses. The evil pieces kind of corrupting his body, and even what's it called? The, Dragon's Fall. Now, of course, Dietrich has been trying to connect to Issei, but after mostly this awakening inside of Issei's body, like a divine, like, source or something that just destroy the curse and even what's it called? Destroy the pieces. Yes, Issei literally kind of glowed a bit with holy energy, with divine energy, not holy energy, divine energy, which scared the two devils, but this is where Issei got up and walked away from the devils in an instant. This is where Issei gets towards what's it called, where mostly Zana's body is being held up and other stuff. This is where Issei walks through the doors in an instant, throwing flowers up in the sky. Well, mostly up in the, not sky, up in the air. And of course, everywhere is kind of falling flowers. Now, these flowers are just different types of flowers, like roses, whatever he found, okay? This is where he throws it up in the sky, showing the beautiful type of flowers that are falling down. His father is kind of trying to say why he's here, but not the point. Just, yeah. Now, this is where, well, when Goro did try to, even the priest and Goro has tried to stop Issei, when Issei picked up the, what's it called, mostly the, mostly casket, whatever, that mostly Izana was in. This is where, well, Issei just kind of picks it up and his father says, what are you doing, Issei? Issei looks at his father and says, shut up. This is where Issei's kind of look is more like Buddha's house, but not the point. Which shocked the priest and even Goro. And this is where Issei decides to kind of not care too much about whatever the praise of God or blessing or whatever. And decides to walk away after that. He took his brother's casket and walked away. This is where, well, Issei goes to mostly a lake and decides to put mostly his brother in it. Well, it's mostly a lake that's going to the ocean, but not the point. This is where he tells Big Brother, go see it for yourself. See the world for yourself. Which mostly just see him kind of just, well, yeah, float away, but yeah, not the point. But this is where, well, mostly after a while, Issei kind of now decided to understand the meaning of life. The meaning of life and his own goals. What he wants to do is not be the hero, be a, well, mostly the Red Dragon Emperor, be whatever, or the Harem King. He wants to do whatever he wants to. That is his true path. That is the true meaning of life. To do whatever, to be free from the rules of anything. He is no longer the pillar. He no longer believes that he's the pillar for the, well, mostly for any of the factions. He believes in himself only. He understands that he himself is the only one to do whatever. Because, well, not just him alone, but people should understand that they themselves should understand that they should follow whatever they feel like it. It's not just following the rules of society, following the rules of the supernatural, whatever. It's to follow their own rules, their own path. That is the true way to enlightenment. This is where, well, we'll see Issei decides to go and actually start his own adventure. His own goal, his own destiny, his own anything. Just do whatever the fuck he wants to. He already did kind of like save a couple of people, humans, from mostly just whatever. He feeds them. If he feels like feeding them, yeah, basically, if he feels like feeding him, he will, because that's basically his choice, not anyone else's choice, not the choice of God or will, whatever, the fucking fate or whatever. If he feels like it, yeah. If he doesn't feel like it, he can be stingy, it doesn't matter. If he wants to save someone, he will save them. It's not out of the, what's it called, out of the fate of reality. If he wants to do it, he can do it. He doesn't care. If God wants to get in his way, then he will kill them, because that is what he desires. So yeah, pretty much mostly Issei has just been kind of walking around and kind of acting a little bit like Buddha in his storyline. Yes, mostly Deidre kind of notices, and he actually stayed quiet, because Issei did not want to talk to him at all. Because Issei wanted to do whatever he wanted to do. It's whatever his choice, not Deidre's choice, it's his choice. He doesn't care about like returning to become the strongest Red Dragon Emperor. He doesn't care about returning back to the girls. He doesn't care about being the pawn of free scrummer. He cares about himself only, because that is the way for freedom. True freedom. Well, yeah, freedom, the choice of whatever, and you get the point. This is where, well, mostly Issei has just been on an adventure. It's been over kind of, well, 8 months later. Yeah, almost a year. Issei returned back to school after figuring out Enlightenment. Everything, what it does. Figuring out his abilities, if he feels like it. Figuring out everything. Mostly Issei has actually came back to school with mostly white hair. Kind of whitish hair, similar to that of like Gojo's, but not much. His hair changed after a while, but not the point. His eyes are, well, mostly a bluish color. He does kind of have glasses, like some dark shades a bit. He does have, what's it called, the 7 lilies in his eyes, being what's it called. Yeah. But it has a different tint from just a normal kind of the, what's it called, Rekka Ragnarok, kind of like Buddha. Mostly Issei's eyes are actually 7 different colors. And these 7 different colors are actually different meanings of his abilities. They're not just, what's it called, random 7 colors. I actually created these 7 colors just because I was bored one day, and I did ask an AI to kind of create me some, mostly some special animals for it, but not the point. But let me tell you the 7 different colors. The first color is a sapphire blue. Second color is a turquoise color. What's it called? Third color was a emerald green. Fourth color was dark purple. Fifth color was scarlet red. Sixth color was, well, mostly uh, sixth color was silver, and the last color was actually black. Now, don't question why I picked these like 7 different colors. Only two of those colors are actually my favorites, being that of turquoise and black. Purple, I kind of like it also, but not the point. The other colors are just random. I don't even like them that much, but they're just there. But yeah, and I picked these 7 colors because fuck you and I can. They're actually kind of mixed into his eyes. They kind of look like this. This is how they kind of look like, but with the 7 lilies kind of around them, like showing their colors. But yeah, it's kind of crystallized a bit, but not the point. Kind of looks like this, just for normal references. But yeah, I tried to get a bunch of AI to just create this, but yeah, didn't work. This is where, well, we'll see Issei kind of, well, decides to get back to school. Of course, he wears dark shade glasses, and of course, he can turn off his eyes if he feels like it, similar to that Buddha. I think he turns them off. I don't think he has them always on. I think it's like a turn off a bit. But yeah, I was thinking of making his eyes kind of like permanently be kind of that color, just because, well, I kind of think of mostly Gojo half the time when I'm thinking Buddha, but not the point. Because Gojo is kind of like Buddha and Jujutsu Kaisen, but yeah, that's not the point. But yeah, that's not the point for right now. But of course, I will say this right now. Yes, Issei does have what's it called? Clarity, being able to see into the future, but not the point. Now, of course, did I already mention this? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. But Issei, I should mention how his new appearance look like. He no longer looks like the scrawny kind of fit boy in Rajon Cannon. He is built lean, muscular, with light tan skin. This is where he also kind of is the height of like 6'2". His hair is kind of a snowy white color. This is where his eyes, like I mentioned already. He does have glasses. He does also wear drip. Literally, similar to that Buddha, he be wearing that drip. The king of drip. The god of drip. He does have the weapon called the Six Realm Staff. He also has a couple other weapons, but I'll mention them later. So, yeah, mostly Issei kind of gets back to school, and the first thing he does is walk through the doors. Not just by like pushing it in or whatever or opening it. No, he just fucking kicks it open. Yeah, he doesn't give a damn. Like I mentioned, Issei just follows whatever he follows. It's basically his own rules. It's not to give a damn. He's also eating a piece of candy like Buddha does most of the time in the anime. Or mostly not in the anime, the manga. But yeah, I have seen anime clips, but not the point. He's right now just, he has that lollipop in his mouth. And he doesn't care. He looks like a complete kind of delinquent, but at the same time savage. And he just doesn't fucking care. He follows his own rules. Like, why would he give a damn? This is where, well, he's kind of just walking through school and he doesn't give a fuck or a damn about anything. This is where, well, he just completely doesn't care. Yes, he came back to Kuo for not that much reasons. He just doesn't give a damn. The only reason why he came back to Kuo is to finish his education and then, do whatever else he wants to do next. He's not gonna follow the fucking laws or rules or whatever bullshit because he just doesn't give a damn at all. He doesn't care who he needs to fight. He doesn't care who he's gonna fight, blah, blah, blah. But this is where, well, he just walks into school, and this is where his divine aura isn't just flowing throughout his body. He's not just releasing that shit. Which he does have a ton, but not the point. But this is where, well, he's just walking. Now, of course, this is where in his head, someone actually spoke. It's none other than Dietrich. Dietrich doesn't really talk to Issei too much because Issei's mind is more mature, but not too mature. Actually, it's decrease or increase, for mostly Drake really doesn't understand too much, but pretty much Issei just doesn't give a fuck about anything at all. Truly, he would tell people to shut up, shut the fuck up, blah blah blah. Issei does not care about anyone at all. He's literally just born different, born and built different. So yeah, or reborn, but not the point. Issei is much calmer and isn't too easily to get angry, but not the point. He did reach that state of enlightenment. He might also reach another state of the, what's it called, mostly Buddha's kind of pantheon, if you actually understand what Buddha religion. There's another form that is called, or not another form, another state of power called Nirvana, which he might have reached it, maybe not, who knows. But that's not the point. But other than that, we go into mostly Issei kind of going to school. Now this is where, well, someone actually did block his way, and it's none other than, what's it called? Well, Sona. Sona hasn't really left school, which she has. She just kind of put Zenobia and other stuff for, what's it called, the student council, because mostly everyone would have been 18 already. But Issei disappeared like fucking 8 months ago because he didn't give a damn that much. And this is where Sona was just visiting school to check around to see if everything is going well for putting Zenobia as the president, even though she knows that fucking they cheated on Issei. But she couldn't really put anyone else who's actually stoking up to actually do it. But yeah, besides mostly a bunch of her kind of like Parage members actually wanted to leave that school to go to another school. But yeah, but whatever. This is where, well, Sona's just looking around, and this is where, well, she actually bumped into Issei. Well, Issei in his new look, because Issei does look like Buddha, and with the hair also it kind of looks a bit like Gojo, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly Issei was about to walk past her until this is where Sona grabbed his arm. This is where, well, Sona is just shocked. This is where Issei looks back and says, huh? Do you need some help there? And also, can you let go of my arm? I don't like people touching me. This is where Sona just widened her eyes. It is Issei, just way too much more different. This is where Issei's attitude is kind of like mostly nonchalant, at the same time uncaring. And this is where, well, he just seems to be a different type of person. He doesn't care about anything. But yeah, this is where, well, Sona is just shocked to see Issei again. But for right now, I'm going to end it off here because I am getting really freaking tired. I'm recording this somewhere around like 12 to 11. But yeah, 1, whatever. Other than that, good night, but goodbye. See y'all. And yeah, I'm going to sleep, probably.